spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if you're terminated, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from 4 into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, many girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues that blow off your under rules, send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she's a terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Yeah. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Jade King Hefner and the beautiful Mara Blade coming at you live, baby. And the title of this show is Updates, Corrections, and Suggestions. And happy to be with you guys tonight, man. Could be morning, the afternoon, wherever you are. Definitely, man, happy to be back for another Dog King Power Hour. Want to say God's blessings over all of you that's watching whenever you tune in. Whatever you may believe, I don't care. We're sending blessings over your life. We want you to be positive. We want to have good things happening to you, financially, relationships, jobs. So we're praying for you to have that today. We want to send a big time shout out to the Dog King Army team. I'm going to be honest with you. I have one level on my team as far as tiers, and I haven't got a chance to really update it. And these guys have been sticking by my side. We've been at least 10 strong for a long time here now. So we would love to have you join that Dog King Army team membership. Other than that, we appreciate our normal viewers. But today, I'm going to talk about a few updates, few corrections, and a few suggestions made by a viewer. And all that's going on. And then we're going to hit up all of the comments left on the videos over the last few days, because I'm trying to get back on track, because the last couple of weeks, the Dog King Power Hour was actually on Saturday when it's normally on Wednesday, which is today. So we're getting back on track. Should be a little bit fewer comments to go through since we just had a Power Hour Saturday. But we have to get back on track. So with all that said, let me see. Oh, man, I forgot about the competition. Let's see who won today. Three Face actually won today. Excuse me. Let me write that down. Man, and I'm late starting. It should have been about an hour ago. But, man, I fell asleep for one and woke up late. Then I woke up, man, and then I was feeling a little bit sick to the stomach and things of that nature. But guess what? I started speaking victory. I was like, nah, baby. Let the sick say they strong. I said, I'm okay. I'm feeling a little bit better now. So, ready to get to it. Let me see something. Hold on. I'm looking through my notes. Okay, I got everything written down. Tried to make sure I had everything written down. So Three-Face won today. So Three-Face actually got into the running for a free dog one day, depending on how many times he wins. So glad to see you guys here. James Krause in the house. Three-Face said bars. James Krause, Dog King Army team member, says good early morning. Yeah, James Krause, early morning. Three-Face says, hey, hail to the king. Color Me Trigger says, hi, all. What up, how? Color Me Trigger. Tony Joy says, at Three-Face, why am I here? Three-Face says, at Tony Joy, internet. Hey, you here to have some fun, Tony? So, once again, man, I got me some updates. And a couple of these I was going to do just single shows on. And you never know, I still may talk about them in a single show format, single video format. But I definitely got a few updates. The first update is when I did this companion dog review on my on this beautiful lady sitting right next to me, Mara Jade, and I have the other face to go with it, which is Himawari. I had requested them to give me standing feet, and when I got the dog and I was doing a review, I promise you, I've never had the standing feet without the bolts, and that's what I actually requested, the ones without the bolts. And I know that the dog feet felt a bit harder, but I didn't know if that was just normal silicone or not, getting harder at the feet. So I didn't stand her at all. I didn't take a chance, because if you take a chance in their non-standing feet, the skeleton can cut right through her foot, and you'll ruin the dog. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I'd rather be patient, which I was. Hold on, guys. So, yeah. So I was patient. And I finally got in touch with the wonderful company, Iron Tech Dog. And once again, if you like this lady sitting next to me, if you ever decide you want an Iron Tech dog or another dog, you can always check in any description of my videos to find out all of my vendors, my affiliate vendors. They're all great. They're all certified. And you can pretty much find any companion dog, a reputable companion dog in those vendor sites. So if you want you an Iron Tech dog, you can definitely check with them. You can also email my guy Leonard at IronTechDog.com. He's the owner at Iron Tech, and hey, he can handle all of your questions. You may want to go directly through them, so you can always check with him. But when I checked with them about the standing feet, the wonderful Emma over there at Iron Tech Dog, she's a part of the sales team. She was like, yeah, indeed, we did send you the companion dog with standing feet without standing foot bolts. And man, I just think it's so funny because most vendor sites that I go to don't even list that Iron Tech offers that standing foot option. And that's something I actually need to email her back, because that's the one thing I think I forgot to mention to her about. But so that's why I was like, man, is this really the standing foot option? Because I only really saw one vendor that was offering that option. So when I asked Iron Tech Dog for that, and they agreed to it, I guess somewhere in the back of my mind, I was wondering, is it really a standing foot option with no bolts? Because I only saw one vendor offer that, but they actually do. So be on the lookout for a video coming up where I will show the beautiful Mara Jade or Himawari, depending on which one it is, standing up. Just to give you guys an example of. I gave them a suggestion about their instruction manual, and that if you go back, and I would love for you to go back and watch that 153 centimeter full silicone review for Iron Tech Dog. I said, one of the things that was bad was, and not bad, but one of the things I wanted them to correct was their manual. It was a good manual, don't get me wrong. It was pretty much to the point. Just talked about the material, which was TPE, and they talked about just general maintenance. And I think they actually did mention something about a silicone doll loosely. But what I told them is, hey, man, I know that your main breadwinner is TPE, but you have a wonderful silicone division, and you never know when somebody's going to get a silicone doll, and it needs to be a whole section dedicated to nothing but silicone care. And they said that they were actually going to address that issue. So I like that. If you watch the video, I said something about man, it seems like this vaginal anal placement just a little bit off, just a little bit, ever so slightly. But when I looked at it again, I said, well, man, it really doesn't look that bad. I mean, it seems like it can go. It seems like it's pretty good. And actually in the video, I was like, you know, I could be wrong about what I said. But I said, no, even though the placement looks good and acceptable, I said, I think the anus and vaginal placement, it could be like another centimeter of separation, or half a centimeter of separation there. And when I got in touch with Iron Tech Doll, the sales team, they actually told me that they agree with me that, hey, yeah, we probably need to just spray it out just a tad bit. So it's funny. They're already in the works of improving the vaginal anal placement. Once again, it's totally acceptable. If you were to get a doll from them right now, you're not going to be upset. Believe me. It's just, I'm talking about just a very small change that could be made that can make it exactly perfect. And that's what they're going for. So I'm glad that they already have that in the works. One thing I got wrong, I was talking in my 3 levels of video, because I love the Iron Tech Doll hard silicone face, which is the face that Mara Blade has in Himawari. They have the hard face option because they both have implanted eyebrows, and Mara Blade actually has implanted hair, which you'll be seeing a video on that Thursday. But what I want to say about that is, although the hard face is super detailed with makeup, super detailed with the implanted hair, it's not the soft version where it's really kissable. It's comparable to like TPE or something like that. And I was looking on several vendor sites, the few vendor sites that I was looking on, and I even thought I looked on their site, home site, and I didn't see the soft silicone face option. So I was under the impression that they didn't have the soft silicone face option. So in my video entitled 3 Levels, I said, well, yeah, Iron Tech Doll is such a great company. I said, but one of the things I am going to suggest is that they do investigate getting a soft silicone face option. As for me, I'm glad I don't have the soft silicone face option this time, because with the soft silicone face option, I was told that they do have it. That's for one, that they do have it. Because one of my viewers actually mentioned it to me. He was like, hey, man, they do have a soft silicone face option. And I was like, really? Because I didn't say that to him, but I was like, man, I didn't see that on any of their sites. But I said, you know what? I have to ask about that. And when I asked about it, they said, yeah, we actually do have a soft silicone option. You can't, they said the makeup is going to come off eventually. It's not permanent. You can't get any implanted hair, which I already knew that. If you get a soft silicone head, you can't do implanted hair. In most cases that I've seen, I haven't seen anybody that's done it yet. Maybe it's somebody out there that is doing it, but most companies, if it's a soft silicone head, they're not doing implanted hair. But they said that the oral function does work on their version. And I said, man, I didn't see it on that option available on vendor sites and on your home site. And I say, that's why I said that, I thought that it wasn't an option available. And they said, I'm sorry, but a lot of our vendors have not been promoting the soft silicone head. Thank you for letting us know. We have to let them know to promote that. So it threw me off because they weren't promoting the soft silicone head. And the home site at Iron Tech Doll itself was in the process. I don't know if it's updated now, but it was in the process of getting updated when I talked to her a couple of days ago. So she said that home site would actually have that option listed as well. So although it was some vendors, it was a couple of vendors that had the soft silicone face option listed. I just didn't see those couple of guys, so that was my bad. But I was thrown off because some of those vendors were not promoting the soft silicone head option, and even they didn't have it on their home site at the time. So all of those corrections are getting done. Uh, just to let you know, if you don't want the detailed face like I have with Mara Blade, and you want that softer face for more interactivity as far as kissing and maybe even oral function, you can get the soft silicone head by contacting Iron Tech Doll or whatever vendor you decide to go through and letting them know that that's what you want. And I do want to remind you, ask for things that you may not see in the customizations, because it's obvious these vendors don't always have all of the bells and whistles listed with these companies. So it would behoove you to ask for things if you really want it, but you don't see it. And I'm talking about that's with any company you choose to go with when you're dealing with these vendors. It was really only one other improvement that I mentioned to Emma and Iron Tick Dog about improving, because their product is pretty much right on the money. But it's this new wrist movement where you can sort of go like that on the wrist. It's a wrist movement. Oh yeah, you can go like that. And I told her, hey, add that wrist movement. It's not mandatory, but I've seen a lot of photographers want that wrist movement. It really doesn't matter to me as much, but it may be people who want that. And actually, the in and out with the foot. Oh, you see the bottom of my foot messed up. This bad. I should have put my new shoes on. But either way, the way you can turn your foot in and out, you can't do that with this particular skeleton. So I asked her to investigate changing that, which she will. So and rest assured, guys, I do have a lot of gray shoes, but these are just my favorite pair. They're pretty much worn. I need to put my better pair on. I love getting real though, and just showing you the real me. So that's pretty cool. So with all that said, I think that's all the updates, suggestions, and corrections. And I want to thank all the viewers out there, man, because I think I'm going to actually read that old comment. But a viewer came to me and said something about a couple of things that he noticed, and those were a couple of things that I read to you actually about when I said it wasn't a hard silicone. I mean, it wasn't a soft silicone face with Iron Tech Dog. One of my viewers actually asked. He was like, "Hey, I think it is one." So I'm that's what I do love about the community. That hey, if I do miss some or something like that, hey, somebody will let me know. Hey, man, I think you might have missed this or whatever. So I'm glad he said that. One other update I didn't mention is oh, because I'm probably going to mention this again in another video, but on the Kimber doll, on my 3 levels video, and I'm going to go over that. I'm going to go over that. I think I'm going to try to find that old comment. But a viewer said, hey, man, when I was watching that 3 levels video, and you were talking about the beginning level companion doll, when you said that the head on Kimber doll, you couldn't change it, it made me think that you couldn't change it to another head, but you can. And I was like, oh my goodness. See, communication is so important. And I try to do my best at all times. And I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't mean to word it like I did in that 3 levels video. I never meant that you can't change and put a new head on your Kimber doll. Because obviously Austin the Moon is a WM head on a Kimber doll body. So I didn't mean that you couldn't change heads on the Kimber doll. What I simply meant was Kimber doll is a come as is doll, and they don't make another head, you know, that you can put on the doll. When you buy a Kimber doll, you're just gonna have to settle for that one head throughout their brand. But yes, you can buy any other head with the M16 connection screw, and you can stick it onto your Kimber doll. So I want to let you know you can switch heads. It's just that you can't switch heads within the brand. And that's the point that I was trying to make in that video. Like WM, you got over 400 heads to choose from in their TPE division, and that's within their brand. Iron Tech Doll, they just got started in 2016. I think they damn near got over 300 heads already, or close to over 300 in their TPE division alone, I believe. So, within brands, you have multiple heads to choose from. But with the wonderful brand like Kimber Doll, it's a beginning companion doll to start off with, and you have no options that it comes with. It comes with its body, you can't change it. It comes with a head, and they got like one or two, maybe three variations of the same face. No telling which one you may get, but it's pretty much the same face. You can't go to Kimber Doll and say, hey, I want this head or that head, the one that looks, no. You're going to get one choice. That's what I meant. But you can put different heads from different brands on the doll. So now, see a few comments in. Let me just make sure I'm caught up with that. Tony Joy says, fun it is then. Tony, he said, I'm here for it. Three Face says, Lenny. Three Face says, where did the beautiful Saima Renee Uzumaki go? Oh, she's resting right now. Right now, I may bring her out for another show over the next week or so. But mainly the other girls are going to be resting for about 2 weeks, because over the next 2 weeks is mainly going to be the Iron Tech girls sort of taking over for a while, because I've worked my other girls for 2 straight years, pretty much nonstop, and they're happy these new girls are here to sort of take some of the workload off. And it's a lot of subject matter I'm going to cover, just talking about just dealing with silicone girls, because I've never had full silicone dolls until now. So I'm going to have these my 2 silicone girls out for a while, but rest assured, Saima will be getting taken care of properly until she makes another appearance. And as a matter of fact, off to the side, you can't see her right now, but I have Callie sitting over there in tow. She's been out the whole time resting on my bed. So you may see the girls pop up, but it's going to be either Mara Blade or the beautiful Himawari for about 2 weeks. Tony Joy says, need better tank space then. Yes. It's nothing drastic. It's nothing where I would say don't buy an Iron Tech doll because, oh man, vaginal anal placement is way off. No. It's great. You can make love to them, no problem. But I'm just saying, being a guy that's doing reviews and trying to help these companies put the most realistic product out at all times, is my job to even, just help them on the smallest and minutest of details. And I believe as far as the tank, yes, it could deal with just a tad bit. And I'm talking about like a 0.5 centimeter at least worth of space. And it'll just make it completely perfect. Yes. James Krause says, can you move the feet in and out by bending the knee and twisting the leg? Yes, you can. And if you don't have a doll, you don't understand what he's saying, but you can manipulate the legs without it having that in and out movement that I showed you guys earlier with your foot. So you can manipulate the leg and have the foot in whatever position you want it to. But the thing about it is, and I don't even use that in and out movement that I was talking about. I just know that my WM doll and other dolls have been said to have that movement. So I just want Iron Tech Doll and any other company that I deal with to sort of always stay on the cutting edge of technology. But you can definitely move her leg in whatever, or foot in whatever position you want to, but you have to, like you say, you have to manipulate the whole leg to get it done. But if they add that little skeletal movement in the foot, that'll just take all of that extra skeletal movement out of the picture. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a photographer. I don't know how I'm going to evolve with my girls, but I love sort of messing with their skeletons a little bit, but I'm not with trying to bend them and contort them in the craziest of ways. I'm more of a preservist to a certain extent. I just really like having my girls sitting next to me and just being in a preserved state, as opposed to constantly maneuvering them and positioning them. So even going forward, I may not be the best photographer, even though I'm going to try things in the future. I just know it's not something I really love to do. So I love the fact that I can go to my girls when I move them, they almost feel like they're brand new. I love That's what I love about the companion dogs. I like that they can move, but I don't want to move them so much that they start getting loose and all of that. And sometimes you have to do a lot of manipulating to get these girls in the right positions for camera work. I know I went a little bit long on that answer, but it took me somewhere else. Anna's banana. Anna's banana says she looks like that Star Wars girl. I think I heard somebody else say that before, but she doesn't look like that to me so much. You know what? I take that back, because somebody made a virtual. I mean, they made some type of a computer generated Star Wars girl when I first got my companion dolls, probably over a year ago on Twitter, and that doll did sort of look like she does now. But for me, of course, her name is Mara Blade. She's modeled after Mara Jade. So she reminds me of the fictional character Mara Jade. But for me, I'm going to be honest. If I had to pick a YouTuber that she really looks like Lauren Southern to me. This YouTuber named Lauren Southern, a Canadian YouTuber. I was going to put her in one of the scent competitions. I don't know if I still am, but man, that girl is fine in real life. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know what you're talking about, Tony. Tony said, "What's my opinion on the Home Depot 12 featured skeleton?" I have no idea what he's talking about. I don't know whether he's joking or not, but I don't know what he's talking about. So, with all that said, those were all the updates. MGTOW said, "I'm late. Beautiful dog, by the way." Hey, thank you, MGTOW. Uh, hey, it's better late than never, baby. I'm glad you're here, MGTOW. Three Face actually won the competition today. Let me show this beautiful lady too. I can't lie. I really been feeling her. I had Himawari out for the most part because I love her, and I love having an Oriental face and that Asian face around me. It adds a nice touch to the girls. But this was the original face I bought actually with the body. But I was sort of hesitant because I was like, you know what, man, I'm probably gonna be with Himawari more. Uh, but man, I can't lie. I've been going back and forth on, man, I really do like her too. I really like her whole look. And I think this is the first time, it's due to the realism, but I think this is the first time where I like both heads on the same body, because I've always been like, man, I don't like having more than one head for the same body. I like everybody having their own body, which I still do. But both of these girls look so good to where I can get caught up in the fantasy with either one of them. So in the future, if Iron Tech Dog ever does want to send me another body for the extra head, I definitely be happy to have that. But the fantasy definitely lives on, even with just switching it up. I want to make sure I didn't forget anything. I don't think I did. So now I can move on to what's her name. Let's see. But MGTOW, hey, never worry about being late, brother. You right on time, even when you late. Don't worry about it. Let me take a swig of my little energy drink, man. Because I fell asleep, but I woke up. I'm feeling good. Oh, I missed a question I supposed to been answering too. My guy Brandon answered. That is funny what he said. I'm just gonna bring it up here a little bit later. But the first video, we're gonna start out with the old Dog King Power album. Man, this is not the Venti report tonight, but I did see my girl Venti. Man, that girl makes me laugh so hard. I can't lie. I saw her doing her little show. She went live earlier. Hey, Venti, I know you watching because your butt can't sleep. You don't know how to go to sleep. But she makes me laugh so hard, man. That girl got such a, she knows she loved me, so I ain't gonna even, hey, she can try to do all the lines she wants. But she goes out her way to do all she can without adding me, without talking to me, because she know that me and her should have been did a live stream by now together, but she keep trying to run to everybody else but me. She make me laugh. Let's see. Because she did a live stream with somebody today. I don't know the guy. Okay, where am I going back to? Okay, guys, hold on. I'm going back to the last live stream. There it is. And it was, what's her name? It was actually when I revealed this beautiful lady's name right here, Mara Blade, based off of the Star Wars character Mara Jade, who has been criminally under discussed in the whole Star Wars universe. That's before Disney bought the franchise. Mara Jade is a very important character. But Carol Rush came in and she said, hey, Jay and Mara Blade, good stream. She said, I missed it because I was asleep. I like Mara's outfit. She's pretty. Thank you for sharing. Take care. And I said, thank you for watching the replay, Carol, which, like I told Mick, I don't even care if you come in late, bro. I appreciate you watching late. I appreciate you catching replays. All that helps the channel. And as well as just helping the channel, I just want you to be caught up. I was looking for my towel. I just want you to be caught up with the show. Oh, there it is. I just want you to be caught up with the show. So late or whenever, I'm glad you saw it. I said, thank you for watching the replay, Carol. I said, Mara sends her love. Have a great Saturday. Because like I said, the last Dog King Power Hour was on Saturday, but we get things back on track. And I say this isn't the regular time. Normally it would come in. This show was coming on in the afternoon on Wednesdays, not this early first thing in the morning, 12, right after 12 o'clock. But it switched up for a second. And I said, I might even switch up to a new time. So some of my old viewers, I love you all, of course. But I know some of you are asleep right now. Some of you may be doing something else in your work day. But that's okay. We'll catch back up to you in that old slot once again in the future. But we're going to try probably one more slot out just to catch different viewers and give everybody a chance to catch a live. Next comment I had was Blue CCG, Dog King Army team member in the house. He said, beautiful girl and excellent stream, JDKH. I said, thanks for watching, my friend. Glad you got caught up. Once again, happy for everybody that's getting caught up on the stream. Frito. He said, Mara looking mighty fine. I gave him the thumbs up. And Frito, that was the guy who actually was asking me about that Kimber correction that I was telling you about when he was like, hey, you can't put multiple hits on Kimber. And I was like, yeah, you're right, Frito. I didn't mean it like you couldn't do it. I meant that you couldn't do it within brand. So I'm glad that he did remind me about that. Sean Linderman, he commented on my song. He said, man, you got the vocals. You just need better recording equipment. And that's true. I need better recording equipment and things of that nature. He said, the sound on this is bad, bro. It's not hard to make a good studio. Well, right now, I don't have any extra funds to go towards a studio. But he's right. It's probably some way I can put together a studio for limited funds. I'm going to look into doing that. To improve my whole sound. But even when I made my first rap video for the channel, I kept on saying that, even though I don't have the studio right now, I can't let that stop progress. So I still made the songs and I still do that to this day, despite having what I need. And the truth is, I've sort of held off on this last song because I'm trying to think of a way that I can make it a little bit better production wise. But I already have it ready to go. I can't wait to do it. He said, make it yourself, homemade, son. Also, what's your work email? And I already sent him my email. Anybody that's looking to email me is dogkinghefner@yahoo.com. So, yeah, I can make it myself. And I'm going to look into trying to improve my studio. Because once I improve my studio, that's how I'm going to be able to try to get it converted to where people can try to listen to it on a spot, on a, I think a Spotify or something like, not Spotify, but some type of music streaming service or something. It might be Spotify. I don't know. And I think that's all the comments I had on that particular video. Like I say, it's going to be a bit of a shorter Dog King Power Hour today. I'm going to try to see something. Hold on. Looks like I want to make sure I didn't miss it. Okay, I got all of that. Next video is, ooh, I dropped something. My next video is Wake Up. My next video is Wake Up. And on Wake Up, that was a video I had some fun with Wake Up where I sort of was talking to Saima in that video, or thought I was talking to Saima. And when I woke up, I turned around to see the beautiful Himawari, not Mara Blade, but the beautiful Himawari. And I got to screaming and things of that nature, like it really scared me. And I later went on to say, man, I couldn't believe that I really did have the Iron Tech doll. And that video actually ended Iron Tech doll week. Because I was basically saying, man, I can't believe I actually got an Iron Tech doll. Because the way that Iron Tech doll week was supposed to play out, because it got interrupted, I did a video called The Dream. And in The Dream, I was talking to Saima, my companion doll, my WM companion doll. And I told her, I said, man, it'd be good if we can do a companion doll review. And at the end of my dream video, I walked into the next room and you saw the package from Iron Tech Doll sitting there. The next day I did the companion doll review. Then we did a Dog King Power Hour where I talked about, well, it wasn't really a power hour, but I did a video talking about a passionate owner, where I talked about Iron Tech Doll's owner. And the next video I did 3 levels of companion dog. So to end out Iron Tech Dog week, I did Wake Up. And it really was supposed to give you the illusion that, hey man, was Iron Tech Dog week a dream? And so when I woke up out of my sleep, I thought it was a dream, only to realize, oh, it really did happen. So that's how it was supposed to play out. But Iron Tech Dog, we got interrupted. And if you didn't watch each show back to back to back, you may not have got that interpretation. But that's how it was supposed to be made. But that video was fun to make, man. And I actually have a video coming out tomorrow, I believe. And it's going to actually, I'm trying to think, is it going to do it? Oh, no. What am I thinking about? It already came out. I'm gonna talk about that in a little while. It's a Soul for Creation sort of hinted on being a little bit scared for real at a certain time after I got my companion dog. So if you haven't seen A Soul for Creation, you definitely may want to go see that video. That video is it definitely hints on me dealing with the girls coming in the house, dealing with new girls coming in the house, and how it can spook you a little bit. Hold on, I'm looking. Okay. I don't know why this comment didn't show up. Because it said it came up 3 days ago, but I never saw it. I responded to it late, but it was from Kevin Gray, Dog King Army team member. On my video, Wake Up, he said, she caused a full-blown synthetic seizure. Because I was actually going crazy on the bed. I laughed and gave him the thumbs up. Okay. I read all these other comments last Dog King Power Hour, as a matter of fact. Nope. Jocko V, he came in and said, damn, Jay, she is absolutely gorgeous. Congratulations. She's absolutely gorgeous. I said, thank you, my friend. All those other comments, I actually read those on last Dog King Power Hour. So that's all we had on that. What else we got next? Y'all read the rest of those on the last Dog King Power Hour. Okay. What is it? I was just looking, trying to make sure I didn't forget anything on that video. Because it just sort of throws me off a little bit, trying to get back on track. Because I just had a Dog King Power Hour on Saturday. So a couple of these comments on some of these videos I might have read. So I'm just making sure I don't read those again. Okay. What's the next video? Oh, okay. Somebody made a comment on one of my old videos, More Than a Doll. What did they say, though? There it is. Someone made a comment on my video, More Than a Doll. And I haven't seen that video in a nice minute. But I know that, of course, due to the head, and I was saying how these girls are much more than a doll used for the sexual purposes. I know I was talking about that. And I was talking about how you bring them alive with your imagination. Because I always talk about how if you're talking about having a deeper relationship with these girls, man, you're going to have to exercise your mind, not just your physical body. Because as you can see, I have an amazing relationship with these girls, and I haven't even gotten to the physical part. Might not even get to that part. But let me tell you, I'm 1,000,000% fulfilled right now, even without that. So if you are the type that's going to make love to your girl, if you can incorporate the mental aspect that I have, you're going to have a complete experience. And that's why I say these are more than a doll. These girls can be much more than a doll when you let your imagination come to life. But someone just came in and said dolls are great, which he's right. They are. When you immerse yourself into the life, in whatever way you choose, as long as it's a healthy way, you're not doing anything destructive. I promise you can get a lot out of this lifestyle. He's right. Dolls are great. Where are we at? All right, this brings me up to Reset Sundays, where I did the show Don't Give Up on God. Man, this was a very important show right here. Only from the standpoint of, man, I understand the mindset that somebody can have, man. It seems like every time, that's what this show was about. Every time, man, a person tries to sort of get their life on track, do the right thing, a lot of wrong things start happening. And I know I've heard so many people say, man, every time I try to do right, things go wrong. Forget it. I'm just going to stay bad, because when I see other people doing bad, things go right for them. And you know what? I've been that person too in my life. Man, it is crazy how it happens. A lot of times, as soon as you make the change for the better, you better get ready for the whirlwind. And in a lot of cases, it has happened where, man, as soon as you start doing better, things go wrong. But man, as opposed to a deterrent, that should always encourage you. Let you know, man, whenever you start trying to do right, something doesn't want to see that. A lot of times we'll turn right back around and start doing wrong or not being our best selves, and think the storm will calm down. You know why? Because the enemy had you right where he wants you. And I fell for that trick before. It's been times in my life where I've like had a conscious thought of, man, hey, forget doing things a different way, because if I start doing it like that, things are going to get worse first. I've thought about that at certain times in my life, and that's not the way to think. If the storm come, pass the test, baby, because as soon as you pass the test, it's going to be greater things coming in your life. You can't let those things have you giving up on God. You'll give up on him before you really see what he has in store for you. It's just a test. It's just a mirage. A lot of times once you let those initial storms pass, you'll realize it was all a ploy to get you thrown off of living the right way, of being your best self. You know what I'm saying? And I also said in that video, you can get caught up looking at, man, this person is a bad person. How are they doing good in life? And I said in the video, don't get caught up looking at other people. For one, you can't judge other people. You don't know what's really in their heart. I don't care what you think they're doing wrong. You got to leave that up to God. Don't get distracted worrying about how they're living their life right and what they're getting out of it. Don't even think about it. Just think about your path. Think about what God got for you. Think about living your best life. Yeah, Jay. But when I do good stuff don't be happening to me. But when I see other people, don't worry about that. Keep going the right way. Things are going to work out. Just don't get caught up in other people's race. Just run your race. You don't know how God gonna use other people. You may see a person that may be seemingly doing wrong, and you don't know how God might use that person to deter behavior in the future. He may turn that person's life around in a way to where that person helps people in the future. So you don't know what's going on. Focus on yourself and don't give up on doing the right thing. That's what that video was about. Nuclear Drunk 3PO says, God bless, dude. I said, God bless you, my friend. He said, I saw you on the Jack Show a few times and on Yellow Flash for Flash Clash. It was great. And I didn't even see that comment. I'm answering him now, just telling him thank you. But I didn't see that second comment. But I'm definitely glad that he saw me. And I think he is probably a new subscriber. So I'm glad and want to welcome him to the family. Bob Rogers, Little Miss Sunburn. She said, doing God's work, Jay. I like her. I can almost hear her female voice coming in saying that. I gave her the love, prayer sign, thumbs up. Thank you, Bob Rogers, Little Miss Sunburn. I like to hear from her because I see her pop in from time to time on other people's channel. It's sort of good to know that, hey, even though she might not say anything all the time, that she does still check on me as well. So I appreciate that. Carol Rush, my resident vagina, checking in. I love my beautiful Carol Rush, my Dog King Army team member. She comes in and says, hey, Jay Himaware, positive and encouraging message. Thank you for sharing. God bless you. I said, thanks, Carol, and God bless you as well. The Stellar Outlaw, saw you on Flashcast, my guy. That's a great and positive message. Man, I told you guys I was on this show called Flashcast with this guy named Yellow Flash. It's a popular show on YouTube, hosted by a few YouTubers, mainly Yellow Flash. Drunk 3PO guy. He was on there who a lot of people know. That Umbrella guy. And man, I forgot this other guy. I think his name was Raid something. But they invited me on there and they just asked me a few questions. And I didn't stay long, probably about 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Then I got on out of there and they did the rest of their show. But it was a great experience. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys who are new subscribers coming from that experience. I really appreciate you for joining the family. That little push did take us officially over 2,700. And we're on our way to 1 million real soon. But like I said, we don't get caught up into where we're going. We're going to enjoy where we are, baby, on the way to where we're going. So I appreciate everybody for coming over. And you can't even go back and look at that flash cast that they did because he set it to membership only. So if you want to become a member with him, you can go see it. But I couldn't. I wanted to watch it back, and I couldn't even go look at it. So still glad that people came over from seeing me on there. Simple Jack said, thanks, dude. I gave Simple Jack the prayer sign, thumbs up. My guy Carl Stunzo, longtime viewer. He says, cool show. Where did you get her white top? I said, I got that sports top. And that's all it is a sports bra. But these girls, they can tend to make clothes look a little bit more fancy because they have smaller bodies and things of that nature. But you'll be amazed at the little clothes that you can get for your girls at little dollar stores and corner stores and things of that nature. So always be on the lookout for things for your girls from stores like that. Make sure you wash it a lot though, because when you buy at these little cheap stores, these clothes have a lot of ink in them. So make sure you wash it 2, 3, 4 times before you decide to put anything on your girl. Okay, that was all the questions off of that video. And that was Don't Give Up on God. Let me do a quick check on my comments. MGTOW. Three Face says, Jay to go. Thank you, Three Face. Tony says, what makes Mara Jade different from the standard? He said, I don't know what he's saying. He said, the standard. He said, March suit in the original Star Wars canon. Hold on, what is he saying? I don't know who he's talking about. March Sue in the original Star Wars canon. I don't know what he's talking about. But he says, my memory of Mara Jade was a self-insertion from the author. Mara Jade was never in any of the movies. That's for one. She was a character that was written in books that came after the original trilogy. It was countless amount of books written after the original trilogy that were all considered to be canon. Man, if you read any of these string of books that were written after the original trilogy, and it was meant to just keep the Star Wars universe going, it was so many movies that should have been made right after Return of the Jedi, just based on some of these books that never got made. That's why I'm upset at George Lucas, honestly, even before Disney. He really bull crapped. In one sense, he was trying to say he was waiting on technology. Nah, bro, you didn't have to wait on a lot of the stories that could have been told. And one of the stories that they never really told was the whole story of Mara Jade. She was actually the hand of the empire. I mean, the hand of the emperor. The emperor used to use Mara Jade to do all type of spy type of stuff and carry out all type of secret missions for him. But the whole story behind Mara Jade is eventually Luke Skywalker ended up meeting her. They eventually got married, had kids, all type of stuff. But it's a long story with Mara Jade. But she is legitimate canon. She just never got really put into the movies. I don't know what Mary Sue you're talking about from the original trilogies. Or maybe you're just talking in general though. Maybe you're just saying what makes her different from the typical Mary Sue. Like what makes her different from the typical girl. Uh, I think I explained to you though, man, who she is. Man, the truth is Mara Jade, like she was over all the Grand Admirals. That's how important she was. Oh, okay. Three Face. He says King. Okay, now I understand what you mean, Tony Jordan, when you said Mary Sue is a type of trouble. Yeah, I figured you were just talking about like what makes her different than a regular girl that's in a Star Wars movie. I think I answered it for you though. Is her importance is immense. Just imagine Mara Jade, the hand of the Emperor, is more important than any Grand Admiral. So she was basically a higher rank than any Grand Admiral. So Grand Admiral Moff Tarkin, the one that was in control of the Death Star, she was over him. Even Admiral Thrawn, she had more, she was over Admiral Thrawn as far as authority. Oh no, but I don't think that the author put Mara Jade in there to represent her. I wouldn't know though. I have never read anything about that. Because Tony was saying, hey, he was just explaining about what a Mary Sue is. It's basically a character put into a story to represent the author. But that's not what Mara Jade was, to my knowledge. Now, my next comment, it looks like it's only going to be one on there. And that's from my 153 centimeter companion doll review, full silicone companion doll review on this lady right next to me. And that comment was from my guy Ching Long. What did he say though? What did he say? Okay. Only thing Ching Long said, and I didn't even comment, I just liked it. He said, "Oh, cool," when he saw that I did the review, because he's a little late. He didn't see. He's a long time viewer though. He said, "Oh, cool. I'm about to watch this review right now. I'm glad you finally got one that isn't Caucasian." It's funny that he said that because, as you can see, the beautiful Mara Blade does sort of represent the lighter human representation, so to speak. The lighter skin tone representation of a human. I promise you, I've got to the point where I don't even like saying these so-called colors as far as white, black. I don't even like even saying a lot of it. We're just different uh, shades of human. That's all we are. But he did make me laugh when he was like, "Man, I'm glad you got one that's Asian," because on that review, you'll see that well, now before the review, he probably saw a couple of videos with me and Hema Ware. Because I said Hema Ware, I'm probably going to keep her out just a little bit more than Mara Blade. But I am feeling Mara Blade now. I really am. I'm really liking this girl. Don't get me wrong at all. I'm really feeling her a lot, man. I've been talking to her a lot over the last few days, and I've been telling her like, "Hey, Mara, I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling you. She's making me happy that I chose her." But with all that said, I'm glad that he did go check that out, and I'm actually happy that I do have a different looking human woman in the household with me now. I really am happy about that, and that's why I really like her having her out. But I'm going to be honest, Mara is working her magic on me, man. Cause I'm not rushing to take this head off. I tell you that. I really like this woman right here. She working on me. It was some with her hair. You guys will see it in an upcoming video. But once I start sort of getting her to feel right and feel alive to me, that's when things start changing. So that was the only comment I had on that video. almost caught up. The next video I had is called "What Are These?" And that's my video that I did actually Monday. And that video was about 2 white sticks that came with my companion dog. It's funny, I had never received any of those white chalk-like sticks with my companion's dogs before. But I received them with this beautiful lady. I didn't know what the hell they were doing a companion dog review. And that was a real-time companion dog review. Uh, so I actually let you guys know. I wrote a little sentence next to the sticks, and I said, "Hey, I don't know what the hell these are." And I hadn't had put the video out yet, so I didn't want to ask them what the sticks were. I wanted them to see the review that I did before I asked them any questions. So I couldn't really ask them at the time. So after I put the video out, somebody was like, "Hey, those sticks are used for cleaning." And like I said at the beginning of the video, I checked with Iron Tick Dog, and they said, yeah, they are used for helping to dry out the vagina or the anus or, whichever orifice you use. So I said, man, let me do an update video and tell these guys what these are. And so I did the update video. And don't you know, I'm actually a little sick about what happened right after the video. Man, I did the video, showed you guys what they were, and I took a nap. And man, I can't lie. That was one of the few times I was a bit careless where I was sleeping with the sticks. They were sitting on the bed and I didn't realize it. I woke up, man, and next thing you know, they fell off the bed. Dink, and man, something just went off of my head. I said, I hope I didn't break these damn things. But man, I looked down and my sticks are actually broken in half. So I guess I could probably stick a piece of it in their vagina or anus or something if I wanted to, but it's not the same as them not being broken. So it's funny. I did the video on those sticks, and now I don't really have them to really use properly. So if Iron Tick ever sees this, I hope they send me some more one day. But the good thing is I never really plan on making love to, especially my silicone girl. I definitely talk about that later, but I don't really plan on making love to them. So the inside shouldn't get messed up that badly. But I always tell you guys, it doesn't matter whether I plan on doing something. I still want the things that comes with the dog. So I hate that I broke those. So if you ever get those 2 white sticks, man, put them right back in the package or somewhere immediately. I had them completely protected until I did that video. But all it takes is one time and not putting something right back where you got it from, like my grandmama always say. So I actually broke my white sticks, and I'm sick about that. I hate that. Hate breaking something brand new like that. But in that video, Woofler said, "Oh, this is a question I said I was going to answer him today." He said, "Jay, I know some of this is him joking just a little bit, but I'm going to answer it seriously." He said, "Jay, what's a man supposed to do when a human woman, casts him out of her life because he's a bad lover? Should he keep trying to find a compatible woman, or should he give up the love game and become a monk?" Now, a lot of that could be said in jest, but I've sort of talked to Woofler before just about a male's performance, and I've hinted that, hey man, I'm sorry. At some point, you do need to be able to hit bottom on a woman, meaning tap bottom of her vagina, make some contact. Uh, that's just something that needs to be able to be achieved when you're making love to a woman. You may not be able to hit bottom on every woman, but I'm letting you know you may need to find that woman that you can hit bottom with. She's out there somewhere, unless you have a medical condition like a micro penis or something. Now, if that's the case, God bless you. Now, I'm not gonna say you may not be able to find it under those circumstances, but if you have even an average, or even if you're some guy out there with a below average size, you can find somebody out there with a below average depth vagina. You're gonna have to do a lot of looking though. But with all that said, if a woman was to cast you out of her life because you're a bad lover, what are you supposed to do? For one, I always tell you, Woofler, stop giving women that much control over your life in your mind. If she throw me out, what am I gonna do? For one, don't even give her that type of power over yourself. Don't let one woman, and if you're a woman, don't let one man have that power over you to where if he throws you out, what are you gonna do? What you're gonna do is you're gonna dust yourself off because you're gonna have some emotions. Everybody's gonna have some emotions. You're gonna dust yourself off, get the hell up, recover. And if you want to keep dating human women or men, guess what? You're gonna get right back at it. You ain't gonna let somebody's rejection or breaking up with you get you down and out. Or you ain't gonna let one person that tell you you're a bad lover make you go into some type of shell. You may be a bad lover to her and a great lover to the very next woman. And if you do need some improvement in the love making department, you ain't gonna get no better by not making no more love. So yeah, of course, dust yourself off, get out there, and go right back at it. Don't give anybody that type of power over you. If they cast you out. If they break up with you, guess what? That's bad. Hey, look, that's their loss. I know people say that all the time, but you really do gotta have that attitude. That's okay. What you don't want me no more? Okay, cool. You the one missing out. No, I ain't. You didn't make love to me good. Well, guess what? Yours wasn't good. You didn't motivate me to be better. I'm finna find somebody who gonna like what I got. Get on out of there. So he asked me, should he keep trying to find a compatible woman? If you want a human woman in your life, you're damn right. You gonna have to go on to the next one and the next one and the next one. If as long as you want a human woman, guess what? You're gonna have to keep searching for the one you're compatible with. Because it's somebody that's gonna love making love to you, believe me. Now he said, should he become a monk? You can become a monk if you choose not to make love no more. And I know a lot of this is said in jest, but I'm still answering seriously. But you can become a monk if you want to, as long as you decide you don't want to have sex anymore. Somebody could say I'm a monk in some ways because, hey, I got my girls that I don't have sex with them, but I do relieve myself. I just don't have sex with them. But guess what? If you don't want to have sex, you can become a monk if you want to. Or guess what? I don't never like to promote my girls as just being sexual beings. But you know what? You can get into the companion doll life and live whatever fantasy you want to live. If you want to make love to your girls, you can. You don't have to be just like me. You can have them as a companion and a lover. You know, I can't dictate what you're going to do. You can bring them in your life and just make them lovers. I don't never suggest that. I say, hey, use them to their fullest capability, but every situation is different. So, hey, before you become a monk, you looking at the channel, bro. Hey, get into the dog game. And I've told Wolfler and several people before, man, if you're having trouble dating, the dog game can help you in your dating life. Because, man, once you get one of these girls home, you start treating them like a real human woman. That's my suggestion. You get to, giving them their little massages and taking care of them, make sure they're clean, put their little clothes on. It's just going to make you much more sensitive to the human woman anyway. And you may not even know it, but you're going to be more attractive to the human woman just by default, because she'll never really want to admit this, but Venti, I don't care what you see, she is in love with me. Ain't that right, Venti? Oh, Venti loves me. I'm telling you, man, it's something about the companion doll life, man. Hey, it does make you more attractive. Because Anna, she loves me too. She loves me too. So that's my advice. If you want a human woman, keep trying to find that woman you're compatible with sexually. If that's what you want. Guess what? If you want to be a monk, you can be. Or you can also try an alternative and get into this lifestyle. And you don't have to be in it to where you don't ever go back to a human woman. You can just get you a dog, start enjoying a lifestyle, get more confident, and it'll teach you not have to worry about, it'll take the edge off. That's why I say about the companion dog lifestyle. Like, even if you don't have sex, like, it just takes the edge off knowing that you got your girl at home. You can just be more confident when you walk out into society, even if you approach a woman. What if she says no? You're gonna have your Mara blade at home. And that's what I say, man. The companion dog lifestyle, it can just help you out in a whole lot of ways. And so I hope I help Wolf out or anybody else out in that regard. Because I told him, I said, I'm gonna get you on the power hour because it was just too much for me to write. I wasn't gonna write all that out in an answer. DAS, my guy. Always great to hear from him. Dog King Army team member, big supporter of the show. He said, yeah, those drying sticks are part of my two-step drying method. Those drying sticks for the first part get the heavy water out. That's basically what he said. Then he said he uses an aqua pump for the leftover remains. Be easy, brother Jay. So I'm assuming that he does have sex with some of his dogs. So, if he has anything remaining in there, he has to flush it out because I don't even have to clean my dog's vaginas out because I don't have sex with them. But I always say, if I have sex, I don't know if I'm going to have to really worry about that pump. I'm not going to try to get a pumping system. I'm just going to use a good old-fashioned syringe. I do have this long stick-like sponge that I can sort of stick in there, scrub it out a little bit, and then I'm going to spray it out with the syringe really good. And I bought some tampons, actually. So even without the drying sticks, I can stick me a tampon up there and let that take a lot of the water out. But that's a good thing since I'm not having sex with them right now. I don't have to worry about that process. But it's good to know the DAS, who's a big fan of Iron Tech Dog, thank God, that he has experience with the dogs. He says that he actually uses those sticks for his cleaning process. It was great to hear somebody that actually uses those sticks. And I promise you, they feel like they can definitely dry up a lot. Of course, mine are broke now. I'll probably have to rely on my tampons, but if you do use them, you're going to like them. Brandon Dindin, he says, Jay, you're such an innocent dog king. How long can you resist with that lewd chest on full display? Ha ha ha, just teasing. Appreciate this steady content for the community. I was laughing at Brandon Dindin. I said, thank you, my friend. Luckily, as beautiful as these girls are, I don't even think about the intimacy aspect, so it's easy. I said, maybe one day in the future I will. And that's the funny thing. I can't lie. Every now and then I might look at them and they may give me a little ride up. Like, I'm gonna tell you, it's crazy because Callie's over there laying in the bed. I was laying next to her probably a day or two ago, and I looked over her and she did sort of give me ride up. I was like, man, Callie looking sexy, and man, I think I even felt myself rise a little bit just from in that split instance. I got to hugging on her a little bit. I didn't try to get physical with her though, and I ended up going to sleep or doing whatever I was going to do. But I brought that whole instance up to say every now and then it may be an instance where it pops up in my head. I always notice that they're super attractive, but I guess I'm just in my brain and my spirit. I just don't even really think of them in that sexual vein. Like I'm gonna interact with them. I do think and I do want one of my girls. It may not be Callie, I don't know, but one of the girls in the future, I do eventually want to designate to my love making woman. Maybe a couple of them. I'm gonna have at least 2 love making women. But right now, I just haven't felt that overwhelming feeling to go that route. I had them laying in the bed with me. I cut her up or something, and hey, I'm turning over and sleeping myself. And hey, how many other times a month I might wake up on my side of the bed, take the monkey off my back, and then resume with my companionship with my girls. But they're not involved in taking a monkey off. It's just me, like it was before I had them. So it's pretty easy, Brandon, because like I say, I get so much enjoyment out of my girls. It's like a kid, man. That's how happy I am. And like I always say, when you're a kid, a true kid, and you had that innocent happiness, you don't really think about sex like that because you're so happy. And that's how I am. I'm happy on a 24/7 basis. And when I do think about it, I take care of it and keep on moving. But I keep on thinking like, as much as I don't, it's still gonna come a day to one or two of these girls. I'm just gonna say, no, it's about that time. It's gonna be one. It's gonna be somebody. I just don't know when. Our Star says, do a video on where you get your outfits from. And I told Our Star, I've done a video about where to buy clothes, but I'll do a remake. I've done a video before about where you buy clothes from. And in that video, I was talking about stains as well. And one of the videos is No Stain, No Pain. And another one is, man, what's another one? They're back-to-back videos about preventing stains, and one is about getting the stains out. But in both of those videos, I talked about where I buy my clothes from. But I'm not going to spoil it. If you haven't seen those videos, I just probably redo a video in the upcoming week or so. Just to do a refresher video on that whole subject. So I appreciate you, All-Star, for that suggestion. Let me write that down again to make sure I don't forget. Okay. Got both of those wrote down. Okay, what else we got? What else do we got, guys? Oh, I hate when I drop stuff. Oh, I. Okay. I got my video from yesterday, A Soul for Creation. So we actually made it to the end. Okay. A Soul for Creation, that was the video I did yesterday. And that was basically about, man, how Iron Tech, especially with this foot, because I love all of their dolls, even their TPE line looks great. But man, I'm letting you know, and it's not just with Iron Tech dolls. There's a lot of great full silicone dolls out there. But I have hands-on experience with these Iron Tech dolls. I've touched them. They have a Dog King stamp of approval, man. I mean, I'm not lying to you. My mind is blown away all the time, man. Sometimes I just sit up watching these girls, just like, man, I can't believe it, how real they look. But either way, their motto is they make beautifully soulful creations. And I promise you, when you get a super realistic doll from Iron Tech Doll, that's exactly what you're getting. You're getting a soulful creation, because I talk about it in that video, man, in that soulful creation video, of how I know I made a joke on Wake Up, where I was waking up acting like I was scared. The Himaware was sitting right next to me. But the truth of that video is I was scared. I was startled several times, probably the first week for a few days when I first got here. I talked about that in that video, because when I first got my dogs and I had never had a dog and I was a new dog owner, it takes you a little while to get used to your dogs being in the house. So you can leave out a room and come back in the room, forget they're there, and you can scare yourself. You be like, oh, damn, you here. Well, I'm a vet, so I don't go through that anymore. My girls are really like, they're like anybody else that's in the room. When I walk in the room and I see them, I'm not startled. I mean, every blue moon, if I just totally forget somebody's in the room, which doesn't really happen anymore. Uh, I think I can get slightly started, but not much. So when I got Himawari and Mara Blade in the house, I never thought that I would really be started again because I'm used to my girls. Man, shoes. I talked about it in the video. The way Iron Tech makes these girls, it was a whole new experience because when you have a doll and you use your imagination, like I said in the video, you can bring them to life with your imagination. They eventually start coming to life just from hanging around them. But man, when you get an Iron Tech doll, especially a super realistic series, the way I had Himawari's eyes positioned as well, they look so damn real. It beat my imagination to the punch where they looked so real to where it already started making me think it was a human in the house. I didn't have to imagine it. I didn't have to work on it. I didn't have to live with them for a few days for me to start bringing them to life. Himawari was alive the first night. And I never forget, man, like I said in that video, I ended up coming in the room one day and I had saw her over there and her eyes was like pointing dead at me. And I was like, damn, man, stop. She really looking at me like it was like she was really looking at me. I was like, man, this sort of freaking me out a little bit. I like it though, because I like her being that real. I was like, I'm just gonna have to get used to it. Man, I ended up sitting on the bed and I never forget, like I talked about in the video from yesterday, I turned around. It was just like wake up in a way. And I saw her eyes looking dead in my eyes. Man, I'm not exaggerating with you guys. Man, it was chilling because I was like, man, she looks so real. It would throw you off. It's like, man, my other girls look real, but this girl looks real. It took me, I'm telling you, man, it took me a while to just, I knew it wasn't a human woman, but man, it'll make you think somebody is literally in the room watching you. I eventually changed Himawari's eyes, not because I was scared, but you'll probably see in a couple of my videos where she's sitting with me and she's not looking towards the camera. And I was like, now let me go and fix this so she can start looking at the camera more. But man, if you angle your eye, the eyes in your girl, it already makes them a little bit more lifelike. But if you get a full silicone doll, especially one from Iron Tech, their eyes to me are set bigger anyway. And it makes them more lifelike. I'm telling you, man. So those first, I say 4 or 5 days, probably about 4 or 5 days. Because I think it started wearing out after the 3rd day with me. Because I'm a vet. But about 4 or 5 days is when I started being like, okay, I'm cool with her looking so real. Ladies, man, thank you, man. Super chat, super sticker in the house. He said, love everything you do, man. Great job on Yellow Flash's stream. I collect comics, video games, figures, movies, posters, and only my bro and friends understand me. Really? Have you seen the Tifa and Siri dolls? Oh, yeah. I didn't know a lot about Tifa, though. I wasn't much into Final Fantasy, even though I do want to go back and play those games. But the Tifa doll is amazing. She is amazing. Looks beautiful. If you're a guy that's into Tifa and that type of a fantasy world, I'm not going to spend your money, but it's no way that I wouldn't be trying to look to get a doll of that type. If you're a guy that's into fantasies and comics like that, I don't know how your dating life is, but even if it is good, I would love to get a Tifa doll if I had been into it, because I have a good friend named Austin Steele. He checks in with the show checks in with the show all the time. He's a very big fan of that doll in Final Fantasy, and so he wants that doll. And that Arab doll is pretty nice too. But if you're into that, that's definitely something you don't need to be guessing on, because I heard it's made with good quality. If they want to send me a doll, I'd definitely take a look at it. But collecting comics is nothing wrong with that. Video games, nothing wrong with that. Figures, nothing wrong with that, man. I wish I had some of my old toys, man. Nothing wrong with kid. I got figures right now. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hold on. I'm gonna give you. I'm finna show you one my brother bought me. Let me see what else I got. Okay, I'll bring him out. So, okay, you talking about collecting figures and stuff. So look, this is something my brother bought me. I don't know how good you can see. He ain't showing up that good. He really ain't showing up that good. But that's Midoriya, from My Hero Academia. I really like him. My brother bought him for me. Uh, and here is just one of my Black Series dolls. I actually stopped collecting them, and it's Vader. He's the bigger figure. I actually stopped collecting my Black Series dolls around the time I got into the companion doll life, because I'm like, I ain't spending no more extra money on anything other than a companion doll, or my bills. So I haven't. Oh, I knew someone right. So I haven't resumed my Black Series collection. It's only a couple of more I really want out of the Black Series. I do want my Job of the Hood, but I say this because this new Star Wars has ruined so much of my fantasy. They've ruined so many of the stories. A lot of people that's watching Star Wars now, they'll actually be fooled to believe some of this stuff is halfway good. And honestly, man, like, it's funny. If you ever watch this, I love you, girl. I love you, Thana. You my girl. I love you and Venti. But I would say this. I do have to give a mark against my beautiful Thana, only because I just don't believe you could truly be that Star Wars girl 100% when you like the prequels. I'm going to be honest with you. The prequels were terrible. They were not greatly done, but I don't fully blame her on the prequels, only because I found out a lot of women were attracted to Hayden Christensen. So I give them a pass on liking the prequels, because I didn't know that women liked him like that. Because now I give them a pass on, because if they're attracted to him, they could probably be fooled into thinking he was a halfway decent actor, which he stunk. He damn near single-handedly ruined the prequels his damn self. So I give them a pass. But either way, this new Star Wars has messed up so much of my fantasy about Star Wars to where I'm not even hyped about getting all the series figures in my Black Series. But I went down that path to let you know. I want to get you with your talking about your statement. So you said you collect comics, nothing wrong. Videos, games, nothing wrong. Figures, nothing wrong with that. Movies, I got a ton of movies, nothing wrong. Posters, my room got a ton of. You see in the background, I got posters, and I just bought a new one, honestly, and I don't know where to put it at. Okay. I just bought a new one. That joint is gonna be badass. That joint is gonna be badass, man. So I love it. I love One Piece and Luffy, and I found that poster. I'm like, oh yeah. So once again, I'm reading your thing. I'm just tripping off of it. Like I'm trying to find out where's the weird part at. You collect posters, and only my bro and friends understand me. Well, first of all, that's all. Hell, that's all you need to understand you. Your brother. Okay, cool, your brother. Then your friend, if all your friends understand you, hell, who the hell else you need to understand you? That's what. But thank you for the contribution. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know who else you looking for to understand you. And I tell you this, I appreciate your contribution, ladies, man. But I tell you this, you're gonna learn this by watching this show more and more. Don't be living your life for other people. That's for one. Don't be worried about whether they like what you do and whether they champion what you do. You better not be living for them. Uh, you're gonna always be upset trying to live for others. I say this, and I don't need to be bringing up Vinci no more because she'll work up. She tries to work her magic on me from afar. That girl makes me she makes me laugh. But I say this about Vinci. I was thinking about this about something she said the other day. Because I've always felt like this, but I just like the fact that she said it. Because when Venti does stuff like this, that's what makes me really. I said, you know what? That's why I do listen to Venti, despite her being disgusting with her burping sometimes. But I do love her from this standpoint. One day I was watching her streaming, and she was like, somebody asked her something, and she said, you know what? It's one thing I'ma say. Don't ever be a damn people pleaser. And she is 1,000,000% right on that. If you living your life to be a people pleaser or worried about who's going to accept you or like you, or hey, they like me collecting posters. They don't like me collecting posters. They like me, man. The hell with them. That doesn't mean that you should be mean to people and cuss them out and get mad at them when they don't like what you do. It just means, look, man, be undeterred. Like what you like. Do what you do. You're responsible for being happy in this life. If you try to make everybody else happy by not doing what you love, they gonna be happy. They ain't gonna even be thinking about you, to be honest with you, and you're gonna be miserable. So at all times, man, do what makes you happy as long as it's not harming people. Power Brand says, hey, what's up, Jay? I'm late tonight. What did I miss, brother? Oh, you just missed a lot. You had to go back and catch the stream. I can't cover all that, but mainly I was just talking about you know what? I can review. No, I ain't gonna update all the. I mean, review all that. But I did a lot of updates at the beginning of the show about suggestions that were made to the show. So I did because I left my book over there because I assumed I was done with it. But I did a lot of updates about things that I might have gotten wrong with the show. So not wrong, but things I sort of found out about later. So I did a lot of corrections. I did a lot of updates as far as suggestions that I made to Iron Tech Doll about their companion doll. So I did that at the beginning of the show. And recently, this is the Power Hour. So I just went through all the questions and comments on my videos. So that's what I did. Nothing in particular other than those two things, just answering questions now, going through the chat. Miami Spice says, and then I'm getting out of here. Hey, look, we're almost out of here. Miami Spice says, hey, JDKH, I caught you on Yellow Flash last Saturday. I'm one of the expert angels. At the expert angels. And we would love for you and your ladies to be our guests. I don't know what the expert angels are. I don't know if you have a YouTube channel or something like that. I really have no idea. But whoever you are, you can always email me at j.king.hefner@yahoo.com. You can tell me, hey man, I got a YouTube show. We come on such and such, such and such. We like for you to come on. Or either hell, you can send me a message on Twitter or somewhere like that, or it doesn't matter. I'd rather you send it to the email, but hell, you can even drop a comment one day on a video or something, and just let me know the particulars of hey when the show is and uh when you want me to do it, and we'll make time. Ladies man says, I think I might get Siri. I don't know who the Siri girl is you're talking about. Ladies man said, I got you. He said, you got some figures. Cool. I said, yeah, most definite. He says, who makes the life size Siri? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, unless Game Lady makes them, because Game Lady makes the Tifa doll. I don't know who Siri is. I've never heard of that character. Oh, she from The Witcher. I'm looking her up now. Nah, I wouldn't get. I mean, she's nice though. I don't want to deter you, but if I had to choose, I'm getting Tifa over her. I'm sorry. Here, I get the Aerith doll over her. But Game Lady doll makes her Game Lady doll. But hey, if you need her, go through one of my vendors. I think which one of my vendors sells Game Lady? I think Sex Dot Genie has her. And what I mean by vendors is I have a list of companion dot vendors in the description of all of my videos. They're my affiliates. So you go through them and that will actually help the show. Eventually if people go through them, my vendors. So you can go through them without going through my vendor links, but I'd rather you go through my vendor links that'll help the show eventually. But check out all of my vendors. I forgot which ones because everybody doesn't have Game Lady, but I think Six Dot Genie definitely has them. Maybe Silicone Wives doesn't have them, but a couple of them does have Game Lady. So go through there and check with them. Check with some of my vendors, and you ought to be able to find Game Lady doll, and that's who has the Siri doll that you like. Finatra, yo, good to see you, King. What up, Finatra? Good to see you, brother. Ladies, man, My Hero Academia is cool, like X-Men. Man, I ain't gonna even lie, I love My Hero Academia. I saw they just put a movie out. I just caught that. And honestly, that was not my favorite My Hero Academia moment. They were making Deku a little and I don't have anybody that is like this, but Deku just was a little soft. I say that to make it sound a little better, but he was a little soft in this movie. I didn't like that. He was too soft. Three Face says woke wars. I don't know what he mean by that. Three Face says shaking my head. Ladies man says Ahsoka is sexy. I'm not a fan of Ahsoka. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of Ahsoka. I'm not. I wasn't a fan of her in the animated. She wasn't attracted to me, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not attracted to the lady that plays Ahsoka. It's the same woman from Daredevil. I forgot the Hispanic lady's name, but she's a little too hard edged for me. She looked good in the role though, because I saw her playing the role on Mandalorian. Now I'm going to give her credit. She looks good as Ahsoka, but I just don't like. I'm not attracted to her. Fanacha says, "Hey, Thana, yeah, Thana, my girl Thana." I got a lot of love for Thana, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be totally true. The three girls that I love a lot of girls though. As far as human women thinking they're attractive and cool and all that. But the three girls that I just really like right now that just really trip me out is I love my girl Thana only because Thana is Thana. I'm just gonna say this though. People been asking me to do a venture report on Thana, but I got some things to say on Thana, but I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I've said this before. I don't want Thana to take any offense. The venture report ain't just about I think who's the finest. It's just something about interesting, man. And I'm not saying Thana isn't interesting. A lot of these girls are interested. It's just a difference, man. It's just a difference in Venti. I don't know what it is about that girl. I don't know what it is. Because, man, I was sitting up the other day. I've been trying to think of a Thana song. to do a Thana report. But every time I think of a Thana song, I get a Venti song in my head because it's just something about Venti. She just super interesting in a different way. But out of all the girls that I be thinking about doing the show on is Venti, at Thana, and I can't lie, Melanie Mac. That girl, she has worked something on me as well. Those are the three girls right there. That I'm not saying they're the top of all girls, but I'm saying I'm really interested in those three. Cause let me tell you something, Melanie Mac is so interesting. Man, she is so interesting. She almost like Venti in that regard, where it's like I can't even get enough. I haven't talked about her yet, but man, that girl is multi-layered. If anybody ends up with her, I say this. Now they're gonna get a great catch with Melanie Mac. That girl is amazing. Blue CCG says, "Good evening, Jay." I can't believe you up, Blue CCG. What up, man? I don't know what time it is where you are, but I don't know why I thought you'd be asleep right now. Dog King Arm in the house, baby. Stingray says, "Star Wars prequels are what I grew up with. I'm a real youngin." Hey, man, those prequels are terrible. I'm going to be honest with you. Those prequels are terrible. And I hate that you had to grow up with those. They are terrible. The first prequel, I mean, Jar Jar Binks and that whole stuff, that was just only one aspect that made that first episode, that first one, a tomfoolery of a movie. The only good thing about that first prequel movie was the way Anakin was really supposed to be acting. That kid did a better Anakin job than Hayden Christensen could ever think of doing. That dude was amazing. And then in the follow-up prequels, you had Hayden Christensen, who was completely horrible as in the role of Anakin. I thought I was looking at a damn Shakespeare, a Shakespearean actor trying to be Anakin. He could not act angry good, but between being normal and angry, he did not pull it off. The kid pulled off Anakin better than Anakin. The kid, sometimes he made you think he was dark, literally. But then the other time he'd be just like a normal, nice, wholesome kid. That's how you pull that Anakin Vader mentality off. And Hayden Christensen, he was doomed from the very beginning. Because he was supposed to be that was supposed to be like I told you guys a while back, that was supposed to be Leonardo DiCaprio, and he turned the role down. Ladies man says, parents, people at work, I live for me. Exactly. Don't worry about who like what the hell you like. If they don't like it, you ain't got to hate them. But guess what? You ain't got to worry about them either. Oh, I can't expand it. I don't know how to. This is as far as it'll go. Power Brain. And honestly, I'm cool with it. I don't need it showing any. Hey, look, it's showing enough of my room. I'm cool with it showing just this. It don't need to show anymore. And normally, if you go on people's streams, unless they have multiple guests, I think it's mainly like this, where they have the background showing. I don't think you can make it in it. Yep, because I'm on the biggest screen. Yeah, I'm on the biggest screen. It can't get any bigger than this. From what I'm looking at. Hold on, let me see this. Maybe that'll do it. Nah, still the same. John said, I smell like cheese. You might need to jump in the shower then, brother. That ain't nothing to brag on, John. That ain't gonna bode well, man. You always got to keep your body smelling fresh, man. Ladies man says Siri is with your book. Oh yeah, I looked her up. He says I looked her up. She don't look good to me. I mean, she ain't said she don't look good, but she's not on Tifa level, in my opinion. Power Brain says, who makes the Arab doll? I'm not sure. You can look at I would look at Iron Tech. I mean, you can look at anybody, but Iron Tech makes a large array. And I'm really saying this for real. Before I even got my Iron Tech dog, Iron Tech is one of those companies that has a large array of of ethnic looking dogs where you could probably find what you're looking for. Cause man, I said eventually I want me a Puerto Rican type or a dog that has that type of look. And I noticed a dog that they have that has that type of look. And I think they actually have a dog that has that Indian type of look. So man, that's what I say. You can find what you're looking for in an Iron Tech girl. I mean, like I said, be welcome to look at any brand, but they do have a wide array of different looks. Okay, Stingray say, I've said this before, but Stingray says, yo, Jay, is there a P.O. box we can send stuff to you? Yes, there is. There's a P.O. box in the about of my YouTube. There's a P.O. box where you can send me stuff. I've asked people, hey, send me stuff, man. Hey, look, hey, I've only had one person to send me some. They sent me a little mini camera. I'm going to try to use that doing biking for companion dogs. So, yes, I would love for you guys to send me nothing harmful, of course. All safe stuff in my P.O. box. And I think it's still actually active. And you can go find that P.O. box in the about of my YouTube channel. I need to make sure it's still active, honestly. But if you do work on that art piece, you got to make sure you get the name right because Callie's name is spelled with a K and not a C, Stingray. So I would hate for you to like make some artwork and then like put her name on there and you put C on there instead of a K. No, I'm not thinking like that, ladies, man. He said, so now you got better internet and connection. Yes, I do. And I always had good internet. My internet was great. He said, Jack Show would love to have you on and would be your place to talk to Anna and others. Simcast too. Once again, like I say, hey, I'm friends with the Jack Show. I'm friends with a lot of shows, but I'm just not into trying to get on shows. That's for one. I don't even think about getting on these shows, man. If somebody ever invite me, that's fine. But I'm never in the back of my mind thinking about getting on these shows. They'd have to invite me. But I don't agree with you when you say it's the best place for me to talk to Anna and others. I probably could talk to them over there, but I don't think it's the best place to talk to them. Have you seen the tomfoolery that goes on, man, doing these shows where you don't even get a chance to get a word in edgewise? Man, like I may be talking to Anna or one of these girls or whoever I could be talking to. And next thing you know, it gets interrupted with some tomfoolery of a video, or your conversation might get stopped because somebody else is saying something crazy. Or for me, it's not the best place to talk. That's why I don't want to talk to Venti over there. I want to talk to Venti over here where it's not going to be all these damn fool interruptions and things. Like, I love the show, don't get me wrong, but it's not the best place for a conversation. I want to be able to have some freedom to be able to just, hey, talk and without all the interruptions and things of that nature. So I don't think it's the best place for me to talk to them. As far as Simpcast, I'm not even dying to go over there. You know what I'm saying? If I ever got invited, that's cool. But I got a glimpse of I think my guy John Malin, he was streaming the other day, and I like John when he streams. Sometimes he had like 10 people on his show. They were talking about the Simpcast. I looked at a piece of that Simpcast they were talking about, but I didn't see the part they were showing where this guy black guy they had on there, they'll invite anybody on there. But they believe me, they scared. Simcast don't want me on there because I've done those scent competitions. And Mayor, she's so jealous of the girls on there. She doesn't even want to be talked about. She doesn't want anything negative to come up about her. But they was showing a little Simcast on their thing. And this guy, he kept on talking about, man, I'm just so, I've been wanting to be on here forever. Oh, Lord Jesus. And I was just thinking like, man, bro, calm down. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just go that crazy. You know what I'm saying? Telling these, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, just calm down, bro. Calm down. But I just say this. I just don't even think those girls could really, I don't think they're ready for a personality like me over there because, like I say, I've judged some of their vaginas. So I don't think they're just really hyped to have me. But I say about I be tripping off that damn Mayor though. She is so jealous. She gets so jealous so easy, man. Because whenever somebody writes a comment and they say something about another girl on that show, she gets so worked up about it. Like somebody said, I think somebody wrote in and said Venti or Leanne Starr, which I love me some Leanne Starr. They were like, man, they look good or something. And she was like, well, what about me? What about me? She always, whenever somebody says a compliment, hey, I'm not looking good. Let me tell you something, Chris. You're not a bad looking woman. When people aren't giving you compliments, stop fishing. They know what you look like. You know what I'm saying? It only makes you look, you don't even want to comment that you got to ask for, a compliment that you got to ask for. I give Chrissy credit, and I see something from Johnny down here. Johnny, Flashcast was the best interview because those guys let you go and ask him. Oh, man, I'm going to definitely get to that, Johnny. That was a great interview because they did let me go. And they asked important questions and things of that nature. I do get interrupted a lot. Interruptions are part of interviews. I'm not mad about getting, I'm just talking about like, that was one of the better interviews where they ask a question and then they let you answer it and they don't do a lot of the tomfoolery in between. Now, I say this, the only thing I didn't love about that interview was sometimes, man, when I fully explain myself, it leaves the interviewer with not much else to say. So at times, even Yellow Flash, she was like, man, I thought y'all guys were going to ask him more stuff. And they was like, well, hell, he pretty much answered our stuff in his other answers. And so I just think it's sort of funny sometimes, man. Like when you really give your ideas or your thoughts on things in a complete way, sometimes it has people where they don't have anything else to say. So after they sort of got through with the general questions, I would have been cool with talking about movies or anything else, but I think they just wanted me on that time just to talk about the dog topic, and they want to get on to their other subject matters. But other than that, I did enjoy that interview because they asked questions and they let me get my answers out. And hell, an environment like that would be better to talk to Venti under if I didn't talk to her one-on-one, because like you say, I'd be able to just probably talk to Venti for a second, or Anna, or Melanie Mack. I would love to talk to either three of those girls. But I want to get back to Mayor though, just for a quick second, and I'm gonna get off of that because this ain't the Venti report. I don't want to talk about her too much though. But I just say, I do want to say, she does look good in the morning. I give Mayor this because I saw her Mayor in the morning this morning, and I give her credit. She's one of the few probably people that just really look good in the morning. She looks better in the morning probably than in the evening. And I'm not talking bad about her at all, but once again, I keep telling her she has a Simpcast, and she usually has some fire women on there. Leanne Starr, that girl, I just love her. I really do. Venti, she's a heartbreaker. When Thana's on there, she's cutting up. Ashton, she throws me off with her personality, but when she's on there, she looks good. And people are going to be complimenting these super hot chicks. And man, if you don't want people to be like talking about these girls and saying, hey, they're super fine, then guess what? Don't invite them on your show. You just do your single, stay on your show by yourself. But that jealousy is not a good look. I just say that. Why y'all talking about her? Oh, damn. Well, y'all didn't say I look good. It don't be coming across as a joke. I say that it come across as, y'all don't say I look good. Why y'all don't say I look good? Because I'm sorry, you ain't no damn Leanne Star. I love you though, but I'm just sorry. Shoot, you be having some fine girls on Simcast. Sorry. Ladies man said, what's your favorite food and drink to get at 7-Eleven? I'm not a fan of 7-Eleven, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of, we don't even have many 7-Elevens here anymore. And I'm not a big fan of 7-Elevens. I'm not a big fan of the slushies that they have. I got one because I thought I went to go visit my brother, and they had a 7-Eleven where he lives at. And I was like, man, I haven't had a slush in a long time. Let me get one. It was terrible. I said, man, I thought these things used to be a lot better than it was. And as far as favorite food, like I don't even eat at these little stores or anything like that. So I would say nothing at a 7-Eleven. As far as my favorite food, period. Now that's pizza. That's pizza. And if I had to choose a particular pizza, it would probably be pepperoni and a Italian sausage pizza with some extra cheese and sauce or something like that on it. Yeah, that'll probably be the best style pizza that I would, my go-to pizza that I would go to, something like that. Yeah, the Slurpee. Yeah, that's what he meant. Slurpee or whatever it is. Slush, Slurpee, whatever it is. Stingray says, you leave them speechless, Jay. Yeah, that's what I said, man. They didn't really have much just to, because I'm going to tell you, man, I was talking to that show. My mom actually looked at some of that. And I was talking to her, and I'd be like, you know what? Sometimes I just think people have a perception of you. And they probably thought that they were going to be able to maybe jab me up a little bit more about the Campaign doll subject matter and just, ask me a few more salacious type of questions. But like I say, man, I know exactly my mind frame, and I know how to express it as far as this game is concerned. And that's why when I first got in the game, I was like, man, I'm cool with doing some interviews on TV about my Campaign dolls or on radio because there's too many misperceptions out there. And I had a lot of doll owners, man, you better be careful. They're going to turn your words. I was like, well, no, they're not going to really be able to turn my word. Now, it's going to be stuff that they probably won't use, but they won't really be able to turn my words. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? And I sort of believe, like, I'm not saying Flashcast wanted to turn my words. I'm saying I didn't leave them any real meat on the bone to sort of take it in any other direction that they could have wanted to take it. That's all I'm saying. I didn't really leave them any extra meat on the bone because I was explaining my points about women and how I felt. So I guess they really couldn't ask me anything about that. I also explained my thoughts about dating and things of that nature. They really couldn't go anywhere on that. And they even asked me once about, hey, man, how many women have you dated? And once they found out, hey, bro, I'm not some guy that doesn't have experience with the human woman. Hell, probably had more women than all them people that was on that panel, to be truthful. I don't think even 3PO who dates Carano or something, I can pretty much guarantee I've had more women than him too, human women. I've dated a lot. Look, man, I've dated a lot of human women. So even if somebody wanted to come at me from the angle of, hey, maybe you're in this because you haven't dated many human women. No, I've probably dated more human women than many people that could ask me that question. Had a lot of vagina, so I've had experience in that regard. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had trouble talking to women. So, I don't really know how many other questions they could have really asked. So, but I did enjoy it. I'm glad that I was on, And I'm glad for all the, like I said, new subscribers that came from that experience. We got some great people to come over from that. So man, it was a good show. Hopefully I'll be back on. But one thing I don't like about this show, and I forgot to ask him, man, is I do not understand what the hell it is with everybody not showing their face. I don't get that about Flashcast. That's just the strangest damn thing I've ever seen. And honestly, God bless Flash. I have no idea how that show has grown with nobody showing their face. I have no idea, because for me personally, it's a deterrent. Like the couple times I used to turn on that show, I'm like, I don't want to see this show. I can't see anybody. And one question I wanted to ask him, but Anna wasn't there. I would have, because it pisses me off when Anna does this. But I'm gonna be like, bro, I know you the Flashcast, but how in the hell do you allow Anna to be on your show without showing her face? That's a crime. It's a crime to have Anna on your show, because she pisses me off on every show that she goes on and doesn't show her face. I'm like, what are you doing? No offense, Anna, you aren't a guy or anything. Like, I mean, she doesn't know how many times I've tuned out when I can't see her face. I'm like, she ain't showing her face. I mean, no offense, I don't want to tune in to see your damn avatar. You're that Star Wars girl. We want to see some cute face. We don't want to see the damn avatar. She'll do that crap on Simcast. She'll do that crap on Jack Show sometime. And Flashcast does that, lets her get away with that all the time. I'm like, I don't care if I'm the Flashcast. I would put a rule in place saying you got to show your damn face. What the hell is going on here? That does nothing for her brain. I don't understand what the hell she be thinking when she does that. I'm like, man, don't you know that your viewers want to see your face? I've tuned out many a time just because I can't see her face. And it shouldn't be because of makeup, because I was going to talk about this on her report. Is I saw her without makeup and she looked amazing. So can't use the no makeup excuse. Italia says, where can you do where can I see the interview you did? Also, I love that you do late streams. Man, hey, I feel like I'm a jack of all trades, Italia. Italia. I'm not gonna do just a stream at a certain time of day. I said, to hell with this, man. We'll come late night, midday, early morning, whenever, baby. We ain't gonna put no boundaries on it. Because this is what I do for a living. You know what I'm saying? I love doing it. And hey, I want to put any boundaries on myself. But you can't see the interview because Flashcast made the damn interview members only. Now, if you want to go to Flashcast over to Yellow Flash's channel and you want to become a member, then you can go look at that stream that he did. But other than that, you can't see the replay. Ladies man said, what's your opinion on anthro women? I like fairy girls a little bit. Lots of great artwork. I don't know what the hell you talking about anthro women. I ain't never heard of that. But if it got something to do with hairy women, I don't want any damn parts of that, brother. You on your own on that one. I love you, but no. That ain't my thing. I don't want no hairy ass woman, bro. That ain't nothing I've ever liked. I know guys who like women with hairy legs and stuff, and God bless you. I'm not here to talk bad about you, but no way. I like a woman being a woman. I don't like no hair on no legs and arms and up under her arms, and no. Hell no. That ain't for me. I don't know how guys can get down with it. Like, I see what I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I see these women with wolf heads and stuff like that. I'm definitely not into that. I do know guys that like hairy women, but I'm not one of them. I like a woman to be a woman. Stingray said, yeah, Flashcast is more podcast, etc., just for listening. Man, if it's just for listening, what the hell is it on YouTube for? I know what you're saying, Stingray, but I'm like, It's a visual medium now. Now you can just turn it on and put your phone in your ear, but like YouTube is a visual medium. I know you don't have look like RPM. It's many of people that do that form of content where they're not on there, but I don't, usually you may not even see them at all. Like RPM, you don't see him at all. I don't like when I can see you sitting right there and you got your damn avatar on. I hate that. I hate that. I don't feel like I can really get to know the person like that. He said they don't want to get docs flash with an anime Matsuri on some panels. Without so what? You scared that somebody gonna see your real face? I mean, I don't even understand it. The people that, if you gonna do this, if you're gonna be a public figure, what are you scared of? Don't give your address away, but you shouldn't be scared to show your face, in my opinion. To each their own, though. Stingray says John Malin agrees that Anna should always have her camera on. He kicked her off Jack last week because of that. Most definitely. I don't not want to see no damn Anna with her camera off. It's so frustrating. Don't nobody want to see no woman with her camera off. I mean, like, no offense. Melanie Mack was talking about it the other day. She was like, man, I'm not even a fool. I understand people. She said 95% of my viewers are male, and I understand that most of them probably think, they want to see me probably because I'm an attractive woman, to them. Now, she wasn't even saying it arrogantly. She was just like, I know that people probably may think I'm attractive. And you know what? I love to hear Melanie Mack talk and stuff. But man, a lot of it is I just love to see her eyes batten. Oh, she's so adorable. So same with Anna, I like to see her wrinkle her mouth up. I like to see her lips. I like to see her eyes, her eyebrows. And man, every time her camera's off, I'm ready to turn off the stream. I don't want to see that. Look, you bet. Hey, I disagree when it comes to YouTube, ladies, man, but I respect your opinion. Lady says sometimes the mystery and what we imagine they look like is better than the truth. Not for me. I want to see, especially when it comes to my ladies like Anna and female streamers. I don't want to imagine what you look like. I want to see you. Oh, okay. I don't see nothing you put up here. Best worst. Best worst told me to go back up, but I don't see. It didn't show up. Whatever you put up here. No, you ain't got it. I don't see it. He said, I just typed some in. If you put a link up, it's not going to show. I don't allow links and stuff like that to be shown on my channel or even on my comments. So it's like if you did a link, it's going to be blocked. Elsa Babe has really awesome fairy style dolls. That's what Italia Barkley says. Man, I'm not into the fairy stuff, Italia. I don't know what God bless you. He said, I'm getting one. Get one. I'm not into the fairy thing, though. Lito Enchanted says, hello, listening Flashcast brought me. You're a very interesting fella. Lito, good to have you, man. Definitely happy to have you, man. Like I said, I do this Dog King Power Hour once a week. I usually do it every Wednesday. I do a stream on Saturday as well, where I may talk about anything. I mean, from the human woman to science to sports to whatever. And then I also do a random show where I do the Venti Report, where I take a look at the psyche of the human woman. Normally, it's through the eyes of this YouTuber named Brittany Venti, because I call her the most interesting woman in the world. Nobody shows all angles of the human woman like Venti does. I'm glad to have you, though, Lito. Atalia says, it's a shame I have to become a member to see the interview. Yeah, man. Now, you could have saw it live, but I tried to go back and watch it, man, the next day, and it was blocked. I said, what? He said, but hopefully you get a chance to speak your words to more people. You are awesome. Thank you, Ataya. And I'm just glad to have you and my female viewers here because Ataya is I don't want to just throw y'all information out there, but I just say this. I like people of all shapes, all whatever you are, whether you're a woman, you're cool to be here. Men, of course, you're cool to be here. Hey, if you're a trans community, you're cool to be here. Whatever you are, I just don't want this to be a channel where people coming in here and they feel like they can't come in and just joke around or find out information because of how they are. No, you good to be here. Whatever you are, you're good to be here. Ladies man said, if anyone wants to see a Flashcast re-uploads, there's a Kurano YouTube channel. I don't know, a Kurano YouTube channel. I don't know what that means. Cross says, what? No address out to us for the BBQ after the biking day? Ha ha ha. Nah. He crazy. Brandon says, morning, Jay. Glad to catch you live this early. Almost definitely, man. Actually finna get ready to check out. Just finishing up with the chat. Man, James, I'm tripping out this bike, and I had to it's crazy. I was running through the equipment the other day and I had a math something wasn't working right. I had to actually send it back. So hopefully it'll get back, but I'm sure it'll be back right on time. Here we got probably about maybe 2 or 3 weeks at the most before that biking for Campaign Dolls happens. I took a long bike ride yesterday, I believe. Yeah. I had to go take care of something. I had to return that item. I took a long bike ride. And it was sort of getting me in a mind frame of when I have to ride around the city. And I was like, ooh, well, I said, okay. I see that, hey, because I was thinking about, man, in the future, maybe not having to, but I was thinking about if I end up doing a longer ride for a fundraiser, about how I would handle it. So I'm learning a lot about myself as far as taking these trips, just these little short trips through the city to prepare me for this bigger bike ride. And once I get through riding around the whole city of Memphis, I really know what I'm capable of. I really know what I'm capable of after that. Hey, Brandon says, now Hellboy says, I love the hoodie, Roy, you got it. Oh, these just some hoodies offline, Amazon, what's it called? Wish.com, stuff like that. Cause I love short sleeve hoodies. It's really my favorite shirt. I got a lot of other shirts, but I just wear hoodies for the show. These are really like my uniforms. A lot of times you see me in these hoodies, I take them off immediately after the show. I just use them for uniforms, really. Now, I do love hoodies, but seeing as I have a limited amount, I don't be wearing my hoodies 24/7. I keep them clean. I just wear them for my shows mainly. And then I'll probably put a wife beater on for the rest of the day. So, Venti, if you over here imagining me after I look at what I look like after the show, I have a wife beater on. Best word says, I type Siri is game lady number 5-1. I don't know what that means. Number 5-1 on RSD. One of the links in Jay's description below. The second to the last link in the list. Okay, I knew it was another one of them. So he's saying Real Sex Dolls is one of my affiliates. And he said that it's the second to the last link in the description of my videos. I knew it was another one that represented Game Lady Dog. So I always told you guys, man, if you're looking for a dog, just check my vendors out. You're pretty much going to find every damn thing you're looking for in my vendors list. But he said you can go to RSD. The second to the last link in the list. I figured that. I know she authentic. Lito says, I saw Venti in person at Anime Match Series. She is very pretty. Also, she's exactly the same persona offline. I already know that Venti is authentic. I was thinking about Venti the other day, though. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I need to see Venti. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't need her trying to work no magic on me or no kind of crap that she does. Because I can't lie, I do believe Venti does probably look amazing in person from what I've been hearing. Even though she may not be my ideal type, as far as like, you know, she's about 5'6" or 5'7". I like women that's 5 feet tall, even though I'm 6 feet tall. I like women that's 5 feet tall or, you know, 5'2", 5'3" at the tallest. I have dated girls 5'6" or 5'7" a few times in my life. So it's not out of the normal. But I do believe, I say this, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do believe that seeing Venti in person, it would be a bit mind blowing a little bit. Only because she is amazing. You know, she looks she's a beautiful girl, but her damn personality. Cause see, I do like Venti's personality a lot. I gotta give her credit on that. I really do. She's very super duper interesting. So I think in a way, I would be a little bit scared to see Venti. Hey, I would want her to be trying to pull her magic. I know one thing. I would love to have. I need. I would have to have Mara Blade or somebody with me. I don't need. Hey, I would want to be meeting Venti by myself, where she could be trying to work her damn magic on me. Okay, he said the last link SDG. It was another one though that does have a game lady. It wasn't just RSD. It was somebody else. I don't know who it was though. I'm gonna look right quick. It was somebody else that had that. Somebody else that had game lady. I think it was Joy Love Dolls. Let's try Joy Love Dolls. I think it was them. Now, I don't look like they got them either. Is it your dog? Because it was one other vendor other than Real Sex Doll that had them. And I'm on the curious, and I'd take a look at that before I get out of here today. Yep, that's who it is. It's your dog. Your dog has it too. In my affiliate list, in my affiliate links. So your dog has Game Lady Doll as well. So that's another vendor you can check out. No. Lady says, are you backing Anna's calendar on Indiegogo? No. I don't have any extra income to be backing anybody's uh projects right now. I'm trying to keep my channel afloat. If anything, with all the God bless Anna and congratulations to her for making her money. With all her money, I need her to be backing my channel. Hey, I need Venti to be sending me some money back in my channel. Uh I can't afford to back anybody else's channel. In the future though, I do hope, not hope. I want to, that's the wrong word. In the future, As I'm able to sustain myself better with doing what I love to do, and I have overflow as far as finances, then I will see about backing somebody. But no, not right now. Right now, I'm trying to keep food. Look, I'm asking for you guys to give to my channel to support me. Uh, and by the way, you can always donate super chat, super sticker during the live stream, super thanks during the video. I mean, on the individual video. You can go to my about page on YouTube, donate on PayPal or Cash App, and you can also donate to my fundraiser that's coming up, Biking for Campaign Dollars, where I'll be riding around the city. And like I say, no, I'm not donating a damn thing to Anna right now. I'm needing you guys to donate to my channel. So I can keep producing content on the daily basis, because this is what I do right now. This is not, and I can take right now off. This is my dream. This is what I do. I'm trying to do this for the rest of the foreseeable future in my life. Lest God changes my path. But this is what I love to do. This is what I want to do. So as far as donations or contributions, I love you, Anna. And if you have any extra income out there, please support Anna and her great butt. Please go subscribe to my wonderful friend Venti, Melanie Mack, or any other woman that I mentioned on this show. Please support all of their ventures. But me, I'm just struggling to keep everything going right here, baby. Hey, look, I'm waiting on my next blessing from God to make sure that my show goes every day. That's what I'm looking for. So, with all that said, looks like I've caught up with all the comments. But I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight, man. This whole show, the beginning, I was talking about updates that I've made with Iron Tick Doll, about suggestions that I made about their dolls. I talked about suggestions from viewers and things of that nature. I had to correct a few things that I've said in a couple of my shows, so I corrected those. I went about to read all of the comments from my videos, and then I read all of the comments from the live stream, and now I'm pretty much done with that. Lady Man gave me the thumb up. It was great talking to all of you guys, and it was also what I love about coming on at this different time is talking to new people that I haven't talked to. I've talked to, like you say, several viewers that came to know me on the Flashcast recently. So God bless you. Thank you for being here. And so it's just a whole different pool of people. I do also have a lot of my regulars that were able to catch up with me this late. So I appreciate that. Once again, I'm going to switch up this time on the Dog King Power Hour every now and then. I have another time frame in mind, but I'm going to do this probably several more times before I switch the time. Several more times I'm going to do it, because I sort of like this. I like coming this early in the morning, talking to you guys, getting you started, and getting the hell on out of here, because there's plenty more to be done. So with all this said, from the exit stage left, it's been great. God bless you, and all the things that you're wishing for, hoping for, whether it's your human relationships, whether it's your finances, whether it's your job, whether it's your health, whatever it is, we're praying you got it. So we love you guys. If you haven't already, if you're just watching, please hit the subscriptions. If you haven't done that, hit the like button. Guess what? Share it on social media. We need the show to grow, and it's definitely headed up, not down. But other than that, it's been me, Jade King Hefner, and the beautiful Mara Blade. As of right now, we finna get the hell up out of chill. Brandon says, I have to rewatch this for the beginning. Yeah, rewatch it, Brandon. He said, take care, gang. When you get out, Jay and gang, he said, take care when you get out, Jay and gang. He said, I'm so excited for you and your newest girls. Oh, thank you, Brandon. Hey, we ain't got to worry about getting out right now because we don't have a car yet. Remember, my car's still down. But whenever we do get out, we definitely will be safe. Thank you, man, for everybody and all y'all support. Dr. McTow, he said, thanks for the stream, man. Sleep well. You too, McTow. Brandon says, he said, you too, my day just started. So I'm glad to get you off to a good start, man. I love you all. Have a great day. Be on the lookout for tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's show, baby. It's going to be a good one. But with all that said, we finna get the hell up out of chill. You did good, Mara Blade. You coming along, girl. I'm real proud of you. You keep it up like this, you gonna make it a long way, girl. A long way. Yeehaw! It's been a hell of a time. We out of here, y'all.